Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, I thought I'd jump on quickly because the markets are in free fall across the trading view shortlist. Now, I've just literally filtered these cryptocurrencies through the biggest gainers and losers. Obviously, we've got the biggest red candles here. XDC is down 9%. Okay. GALA down 6, almost 7%. It's now trading under sort of 4 cent area. We've got Dodge down, ETH Bitcoin has also lost a critical sort of level, sort of price target, or that sort of supply and demand zone of 100k as well. So Bitcoin is now below 100k. Just quickly showing you guys, because obviously Bitcoin does resemble and account for more than 50% of the total market cap in the crypto landscape. Okay, we did have this megaphone sort of structure, which is kind of bullish structure. However, there's always probability in any sort of bullish or bearish structure that we can go the other way, and this is exactly what Bitcoin has done. We actually lost the megaphone. We bounced off the 50-day moving average back into resistance, what was supporting the megaphone structure. And then basically we've traded, and then Bitcoin has basically gone on to retest again. Second sort of failure and rejection. So Bitcoin is now rejecting heavily on the daily at the moment. So it's not looking good for crypto as a whole. XDC, let's get off to XDC, because XDC has been pumping really well recently. We did break out of this falling wedge pattern, and we did take a bounce again off the 50-day moving average. So the daily 50-day moving average is being pivotal in this sort of early bull run coming into 2025. Okay, so this could just be, we don't know yet. We need to wait for things to clear up before we make any sort of knee-jerk reactions. But I'd rather take a 4 or 5% hit, which is what I've done on GALA. I'm back out of the market with that, and I'd rather pay that sort of premium, and I'd rather be safe than sorry, because I was looking at getting up to about 5-8 cents, so just shy of 6 cents on GALA, and we'll visit that chart in a moment before getting over to like XRP and Velo, etc. Okay, so we need this to clear up now. This is a daily, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, guys. Like I keep saying, I've got dry powder on the side. So what could be playing out here is we're basically taking all the liquidity from these highs, okay, so from these daily closes where my yellow line is. So XDC could have made the high already before we do see a massive correction across all cryptos. It's not just going to be XDC, XRP. The rest of the market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, GALA, everything. There's not a coin that's going to really evade any of these drawbacks. Okay, so this is what we're seeing now. XDC continues to fall in live sort of time at the time of this recording. So we could be in for a rude awakening, but we just need to see where these daily closes go in. This is GALA. Like I've just been stipulating, I've taken 4 or 5% hit with GALA. I saw it was coming down quite heavily, especially on the sort of 4-hour time frame. So you can see here we're just about clinging on now, clinging onto the 50-day sort of. Well, I don't know. Is that 50-day? I'm on the 4-hour chart now. This could be the 50-day of the 200 moving average. I'm not sure which way these are around, just because it's on these sort of lower time frames. However, XRP here, again, this is a falling wedge, and this is a fractal that we've discussed many times in previous videos. So it looks as if this fractal is playing out now. We've lost another key wedge with XRP on the 4-hour that I've been stipulating. I thought we could have got a retest up at around $2.52. Again, that's not to be the case, and XRP is rolling over now into this larger falling wedge. Okay, around here, around sort of $2. I did say that I do expect the SEC to appeal, submit their appeal to the US court to, be sort of looked over, if you will. So that'll take us down to about $2. And then by the time the appeal comes in from the SEC, the deadline is the 15th, but I'm guessing, this is just guesswork, guys. I believe it'll come sooner and try and catch the market off balance and coming sooner than the initial deadline is suggesting. So I reckon on the 10th, so it'll be around the $2 on the 10th of January before we see that sort of fractal playing out down to the sort of 200-day moving average on the daily. Yeah, so this is this red line down here. So 200-day moving average takes us around sort of $1. Again, they don't account for wicks. So I'm in dry powder, yeah. Regardless of what GALA does now, I did take a risk and I've lost 4 or 5%. I'll hold my hands up, yeah. But like I said, guys, I'd rather pay the premium, test the waters, And I was probably looking at being a little bit greedy, trying to run us up to resistance and earn that 35%. So risk to reward, that was the right trade to take. I've lost 5% for, the chance of making 35%. That trade could still play out. I could still miss out on 35%, but I'm in front of the charts and I can pull the trigger at the click of a mouse. Yeah, so I could be back in during this video. Yeah, I could be back in an hour's time. So you've got to be nimble on your feet. Very volatile markets. So that is XRP. Let's have a look at Velo chart as well, because Velo looked to be invalidating bearish structure, because we did have a head and shoulder pattern here. So we had the sort of left shoulder here, and then we also had the head up here, and then we also had that right shoulder as well. So Velo has actually come out and taken out these sort of daily closes as well. So for me, that is bullish. So is this the final resistance for Velo now before we actually get moving into the markets? Because as soon as this blue trend line's sort of broken, if you will, we can start running up. I'm not saying we're going to get up to sort of all-time highs tomorrow. That's never going to be the case, but certainly we can begin start making inroads on some of these sort of key targets, up at these sort of higher targets, all-time high at $1.93. So, a massive sort of trade there to be had. It just depends if you're trading from day to day or you are hodling for the sort of long term. From current price action anyway, we're looking at a 63x, I would imagine, up to all-time highs for Velo. So the risk to reward is still there. However, I'm going to show you guys both sort of scenarios. So 63x is up to sort of all-time highs. If we are to capitulate with the rest of the market, especially if we're taking Bitcoin as sort of like a leading indicator, if you will, I'd expect us to come back down. So this would be about a 50% retracement down to the bottom of this sort of blue trend line, which we've been trading in really ever since August of 23. Yeah, so what size? That about 18 months off the top of my head. Something like that anyway. So we've been trading down along in this sort of ascending wedge for a long time now. So that is Velo, ladies and gentlemen. Again, always analyze risk to reward. Yeah, like I keep saying, you'd rather pay the premium 4 or 5% here and the sort of exchange fees, brokerage fees, margins, whatever sort of hidden costs are involved. It's worth taking the hit in my view, because you don't want to let the market roll over 50%. I'd rather have that in dry powder. But GALA continues to dip, so I'm happy to be out of the market. Again, I'd rather lose 4 or 5% than 7.5%, because this could get a lot worse now. This could fall down to the red line at 200-day moving average. So really, I've actually saved myself. I was going for 35%. Now we look to be going down at least 32% to the 200-day moving average, and it'll probably fall lower than that. It'll probably come back down to here around sort of US election times. I've been saying this, US election times, wherever the price was trading at with these cryptos, these could be taken out by wicks, guys. And if it's not the 5th of November price we're taking out, it will be the sort of price where any of the cryptos that you're in, wherever they was trading at the time of the Bitcoin halving, for example, like XRP, I know for a fact that it was trading around 50, 51 cent. It could be taking out these figures, yeah? If you're on XDC, I'm sure that was about 4.5 cent. Okay, and at the time of the US elections, it was actually lower. It was just under 3 cents. So XDC, you could be getting a big bag of XDC if you have got some dry powder. So we need to be very, very careful now, guys. We are literally in that sort of indecision move. Do we actually pump to all-time highs, for example, with sort of XDC? Yeah, because this is the last sort of resistance here before we actually see start challenging all-time highs. So it's a 50-50 play at the moment, guys. So it could go either way. I am on the fence, and this is why it's so difficult to actually make a call on this particular crypto if I'm looking at it solely. But I do believe we need a big correction before we see some like real monster moves in the markets, because it's plain sailing at the moment. So I wouldn't mind a massive correction, because like I say, I've got that dry powder ready to be deployed, and a lot of the viewers that watch my content have got dry powder. XDC again still falling down near enough 11%. GALA coming down. So I'm glad I'm out the market. I'm gutted to lose like 5%, because I had 6 figures in that. So I lost some good money, but you know what? I don't mind losing good money if it's going to continue falling, because even though I've got out of the market, I can still add more tokens. So you just got to look at it. With anything you look at in life, it's all to do with perspective. And you just got to look at it from, a positive perspective. And that's what I'm trying to do, guys. Just trying to put a positive spin onto these falling prices here. But this at the moment, especially with XRP, with it falling down here, this is going to be an absolute monster trade if it does fall down and we do get a fill, even below sort of sub $1. That'd be absolutely brilliant. But guys, it's never financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Okay, I post over on X, etc. Just my perspective, guys. I'm not always right, and the very best traders in the world only correct 40% of the time. So more than half of the time, you're going to be wrong, guys. But you need to be ready for both eventualities. Yeah, maybe have a little bit in. For example, like XDC could run up to all-time highs. That's 2x capital, but then it could retrace. So you're going to lose 50%. So we're neither here nor there, guys. So you just got to stay nimble on your feet. But for me, this is just further reassurance for XRP is going to come down, and the historical data suggests it's going to come down as well, guys. The SEC are going to hurt us, basically. Even though I'm not invested in XRP at this point, I do want XRP to succeed. Ultimately, I want to make money in the markets as well, guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on your side. I'm just trying to save you guys some money, okay? But this could be the beginning of the capitulation, guys. Again, NFA. I've been the Block Bull. Until next time, the Block Bull is over and out.